Onward. Bunch of thralls. I'm not worried about that. What is it you carry? How much for a round of beer? 10 crowns a head. Oh, absolutely. That's pretty cheap round. It makes everybody feel better. Much as the cost of revealing recruits, it's 50% cheaper because we have the recruiter, retinue member. But I really think that they need to include the tryout mod as part of the base game. Bloody annoying bandits. Actually, Mazuma, you're perfectly situated. Just stay up there and riposte. Yeah, 85 melee skill, 59 melee defense. What a badass. These lads might go around. No, they're welcome to. Whoa! I didn't bother to check Van Thorn's armor. That was stupid. My mic volume a bit low because I'm looking at the levels and it's a good 5 to 10 decibels. I think it's the in-game music that's actually loud. There, now it'll sound like mic is louder just because in comparison to the in-game. This is annoying how they just ignore your lads and run around the back. Shot. Defend the asses. Hit. Oh, they're running away. Fair enough. No, we haven't found one yet. No, they are pretty rare. What I would appreciate is if you guys could pop over to the wiki and take a look at which highborn classes don't get done, because then it's not worth paying to try out highborns that can't be done. Hedge arts can be done. Okay, good. Well, the thing is, hedge arts are so fucking expensive. Sparrow 4. If he's going to be a tank, he needs to be heavy armor wearing, but he doesn't really have great fatigue. Oh well. I want to start picking up Fearsome now on everybody. Him on the goon. Come on, your stats are dreadful, mate. Actually didn't switch weapons back. Silly. Flail, flail. Flail, sword, sword. Dagger. That's a goon, so he'll use a flail. Yeah. Pauses, welcome you fucking prawn. Got to rewatch District 9 again. Vicus van der Merwe. What's this? As the caravan rests, Van Thorn Daggerlad takes you by the arm and secretly leads you to the back of one of the wagons. Peeking around to make sure no one is looking, he lifts the lid on a crate. Gems shuck about inside, shimmering sharply in what little light there is. He closes the lid. What do you want to do? That's a lot of dosh, sir. Get back, we have a contract to fulfill. Nah, I mean the thing is, every time I fight Unhold without Indom, you just get thrown around. It's not going to be worth it even try. No, it's fine. English is fine, mate. I think it's going to be much the same story with the serpents as well. I assume that if you use Indom, the serpents can't grab you. And now, with the nerf that happened to Indom, where you can't use a two-handed weapon and Indom, these shield guys with Indom are going to be so valuable. Right, get to firm ground, lads. Stupid fucking dog. Oh, that was actually a waste of my part. Really, they rarely miss and they hit so hard. Yeah. Well, look on the bright side. At least they don't apply poison. The base ones. I imagine there's a higher level variant that does apply poison. But the thing is, I'll have my final judgment of the serpents once I have a fully leveled group of lads with Indom on the front line. I just imagine that once you have Indom on your front line and they can't pull you out of position, then they're not that scary. Also, if you have competent archers, you should be able to pepper them with a lot of arrows as they approach. Even better, if you have shotgun guys behind a line of dudes that have Indom, you should be able to, like, AoE wreck them. Well, it depends, Crimson Fangs, because if you get one lad, like very often, in the fight that I had last against snakes, you have a group of like six or eight snakes in a big circle and one square open. One lad gets put in between them and then he's just done for. Even if you have what's it called, underdog, you got eight snakes attacking you in that turn. Unless your guy's like a hedge knight with heavy armor. I suppose that's one thing you got to tell yourself, is they can't really do shit against armor. I would assume. Oof. Oh, they can do damage to armor. Yeah, because snake fangs hitting metal. Good armor damage. Okay, well, I mean, it's not impossible then that the snakes might get tweaked. Their difficulty lowered a little. You guys fuck off with these javelins. Well, in that case, it sounds like they've made another beast that just isn't worth fighting. Just throw them on the pile with all the other beasts that are just not worth fighting. A lot of them. Ugh. I mean, if you show me a variant of snakes that have visibly metal teeth, like, I don't know, like necromancer enhanced snakes or something, then I can kind of believe that, but it just seems a little silly. I imagine that the great sword must be quite useful against them. But I feel like we shouldn't just say an enemy is OP. Because like, I mean, webnecks are OP when your guys are low level, but as soon as you guys are high level, then webnecks just become an XP farm. So I think the way to judge any enemy is once you have your group of guys fully geared, fully leveled, then you fight against them. That's why I think that the trees are just fully OP, because like, no matter how badass your guys are, you just get fucking wrecked by the trees. Well done, boys. That was almost a little hairy for a second, this fight. I guess the throwing of the sand in the face, that's fucking stupid. And, like, the outlaws do actually have scary weapons. I fought one today with a 3-headed flail, and that 3-headed flail went straight through that helmet there in 2 swings. Thing is, I quite like fighting the outlaws because they do give you nice gear. Like, being able to get more whips is super, super important, because the whips obviously let you fight the nightmare things. Yeah, the thing is, their melee defense is so high because they have dodge. So what you could maybe try to do if you have tanks is you engage 1 or 2 of them, shield wall, and then don't attack. Just shield wall for a turn or 2 with that guy. Let your guys in the back line attack, and literally they can tire themselves out. The 3-headed flail ones though go straight past your shield, which is a problem. But if it's the ones with swords, you can quite easily hold them at bay. That's true, yeah. What I'm saying is, so far I've had success with that. Within reason, but I mean, any comment is, you know, with a caveat of within reason. But if you're just looking to vent and have a moan, then fair enough. Get that. Let's see. I mustn't fall into the trap of going too heavily into hit points and fatigue on the cultists, because they're going to get a buff from their devotion. I have today, Wolfgang. In my offline run, I was doing that. I think so. Defensively on this polearm guy, I think I can come back for Brawny and Battleforged. Let's just get as much berserk as we can on the back line. It's going to help us a bit. A 2-handed flail guy is not going to need fast adaptation. He really shouldn't. But I think gifted is still worth it on pretty much anyone. Got 12 stats. Gifted is so good. Can someone please confirm for me what level the caravan guy needs to be for his event to proc? I think it's level 6. I don't want to level this guy further than that. Level 6, yeah, that's what I thought. Yo. Progress, lads, progress. Oh, come on. Progress, lads. Runs into group of reavers. Fuck off. Please tell me no one has like a hurt knee or something. What event? The sacrifice event. Go spend some time in the wilderness. I'm pretty sure you need to be out in the wilderness for it to proc. The cart event. Oh yeah. That's fully random, I'm pretty sure. 2, 3, 4. These fuckers can catch us from here. But you know what? Look, a lot of these reavers aren't wearing good helmets. My flail guys should chew them up, but the thing is, a lot of my dudes don't have any armor right now. I think running away is the way to go here. It is culinary, but I haven't heard anything about the Caravan Guards event popping. You have a level 6 Caravan Guard, there's an event that pops where you get, I think, like, it's 12 extra inventory slots. Here's an interesting question. So, I think we can all agree that the music in this game is amazing, but like if you guys... Oh, of course then one guy gets caught, but at least he dodges. Do you think the Northern Raiders music is better than the Southern music? Like which do you prefer? Do you prefer the Northern music or the Southern music? I think I prefer the Northern music. I'm gonna have to redo this. Fuck, this is so frustrating. This is why you never use auto retreat, because the mechanic is just completely brain dead. Ugh. Ugh. I think the addition of that throat singing just makes the northern music so good. We just give this fight a try. We've got 4 flail guys. I mean the Reavers are scary, but let's just try to dome them. Just dome these motherfuckers on the head. Let's see how it goes. Why not? This is a sword lad who can injure that nerd. Oh yeah, the sounds of them dying is great. Whatever dying sound is the goblin death sounds. Also because I'm not a huge goblin fan. Goblin racist. Speaking of the, multiple 90% in a row, my XCOM stream from a couple nights ago was so fucking triggering. Holy shit. We had I was supposed to do 4 missions, 4 episodes, but I stopped after 3. I was too triggered. On my goon guys, I think we should take Headhunter as well. I mean, they've got flail specialization. It would be a waste to not take Headhunter. Pity only a broken nose. I was really hoping for a severe concussion. Any of these nerds gonna move up this turn? No, but let's take the height advantage. Kratox, stay where you are. Yeah, Mizuma. God, that's scary. Good defending, boys. Okay, get him. Oh, he had Berserk, damn. No! Knock him down. Nice. Yone, yeah, head off the back line. Owie. Wouldn't it be cool if you could take that drum off the drummer dude? Actually use it for your guys. I think that would be pretty OP though, giving your guys extra fatigue every turn. Oh, especially on a with a group of cultists. Because then they get the extra fatigue from the drum and from the prophet. Hey, why are we fleeing from these guys? We should have just killed them. Fine, get behind us, no problemo. So Mazuma is MVP in this fight without question. His performance has been insane. The amount of riposts. So talking of satisfying sounds, one thing that was super satisfying was in the offline experimentation little stream that we did. Because at one point we had 4 high-level tier 3 crossbowmen with Headhunter. And then, do you guys remember how we were just one-tapping every goblin? Because we had what's that skill called again? Bloodlust? Killing Frenzy. A tier 3 crossbow with Killing Frenzy active. That's what, 65 to 100 and something. And then you increase that by 50% if you hit the head. But even if you hit the body of a goblin, even the one with the thicker goblin armor, you just one-shot them. And then there were a couple of rounds where I had 4 crossbowmen, all with Berserk and Killing Frenzy up, and each one would kill 2 goblin in one turn. So you just annihilate 8 goblins in one turn. I've really come around to the crossbows, man. I still reckon overall bows are what you want, but like what you're going to see in this playthrough, because I don't think that we are going to get particularly good archers. So we are going to use crossbowmen, because now it's crossbow and firearms mastery. So our ranged guys are going to start with a crossbow. They're going to have quick hands, bags and belts. They're going to have the handgun, 2 packets of ammo, and then they will shoot the crossbow until the 2 lines are enjoined. Then they'll spend a turn switching to the hand cannon, reloading it, and then big AoE shots. So the thing is that, Jimbo, like, it depends. Well, okay, hang on. So what I've always said was, for what I want my ranged guys to do, the bows are the best. And what I want them to do is to kill enemy archers. You know, win the ranged battle, force enemy to come towards you. A warbow is superior to a crossbow in that respect. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to use throwing axes. No. $234 is pretty cheap. I think we should stock up on tools if they're that cheap. 77, 97, 107, 127, 147. Well, I mean, like, on a typical 12-man squad, the thing is, though, if you're going to use bowmen, you can get away with only having 2 of them. Whereas if you're going to go crossbowmen, I'll argue you need 4. But honestly, it's personal preference. I mean, your bowmen make fighting necromancers so much easier, because, you know, sometimes you can struggle to get an angle on a necromancer, or you can't quite find them, and some weird shit like that. From raiding parties, that should be greenskins. We can do that. One attracts crystal skull. We might actually need just to camp a little bit. Destroy ramshackle hiding. This is really good. Okay, we're going to hire the historian. Because we need a historian on retainer, pretty much. He has no potential. He's only good for sacrifice. Whereas Bjarne and Egil actually have some potential. Seems your cultists in Greece resolve without limits. I would say yes, but it's not going to happen that much. What I would say. Let's camp a bit, and then we can do these missions. Marauding. I'll always take the marauding missions. Let's do this quickly first. A 3-skull event of marauding greenskins. Don't be in the swamp, you fuckers. Okay, tight shields, boys. Get out of the swamp. We have to run at them, so fighting in the swamp is pretty much out of the question. We want them at night time in the plains. I'll fight them in a forest if I need to, but it's only dusk. We should actually start stockpiling tier 2 crossbows if we can get our hands on them. Well, I say stockpiling, we only need 2 of them. Actually, no, that was stupid. Stay where you are. Are they going to come forward? I mean, we're not going to squeeze through that little gap. I think if we block it up here, then that just gives the marksman more turns to come towards us. But I've already committed someone forward, so we kind of might as well now. Stobbie, stay there in case one of these two needs to get rotated out. I hate that sound. Ooh, that's the sound of brothers dying. Jimbo, the south for the most part feels like a mid to late game area. I've tried operating there right from the start and it's very difficult unless you're playing as the gladiators. I like it overall. I think the best thing about the Southern DLC is the new weapons. It gives you access to some of those quote-unquote exotic weapons that before the DLC came out was such a pain in the ass to get your hands on. Thinking of the 3-headed flail. The retinue, I love the retinue system. It's bloody brilliant. Excellent. Love it. Of course, it's a shameless little rip-off of something that they took off of the Legends mod, but that's fine. Works, doesn't it? There's another mod that I saw being advertised on Reddit that I want to check out, and I wish they would include on this is hit chance pop-ups, like the extra information mod on XCOM. Like if your crossbowman shoots at you, then at the brother that gets shot at, a little number should pop up above his head. What do you mean, the hit chance? Yeah, it's not that novel of an idea, but I mean, anything that is a quality of life improvement, I really wish that they should add. They would add. Fucking hell, 270s, man. I think I'm 100% going to take Headhunter on my flail guys. So 25 fatigue, 13 fatigue. So basically, it's going to save me 12 fatigue every turn. Oh yeah, try out mod, weapon swap. Try out, weapon swap, speed up. Auto pause on enemy spotted. And then hit chance floaters. Get all that shit in. Part of the base game. Why it's not part of the base game, I don't know. Yeah, well, you say build in. I mean, I don't know if it's intended for them. I don't think that like they will put something like that in, hoping it's going to be a time sink. I think that they probably they get the feedback and they're like, I mean, I know what businesses are like. I'm pretty sure they would be aware of the feedback, but they'll make a decision: is it worth putting it in? How much will it cost us to put it in? Is it, you know, is the cost to put it in going to be outweighed by the gratefulness of the community? And if it isn't, they don't put it in. Which sucks, but that's how businesses work. That would be pretty cool. Can you imagine like fighting Shogun and Samurai and stuff? Very cool. Because I mean, if you see how they expanded the map now with the Southern, there's no reason that they can't just keep putting DLCs and add a new Western and a new Eastern and a new, you know. Oh hell yeah, a Samurai duelist with a big katana. Oh. What's the big two-handed one? A Nodachi, I think it's called. The huge two-handed badass. Oh, nunchucks. Like, whoa! Imagine like, oh, but then I want to see them introduce dual wielding. Yeah, then the northern side of the map is just a drag for the most part. I don't know. I think that what they have to do is, like, you say balance, so that implies then changing a lot about the actual barbarians. But I think then, because then if you do that, you'll have too much of a sameness between all of the human enemies. Like, I mean, what I find most irritating about the northern guys is actually what gives them their distinctive flavor, you know? The heavy armor, the shitty weapons, the fact that they one-shot your guys, all that stuff. But I think what they should do is just have the barbarian loot drop more often, have it be worth more. Two-handed flail lad. What do you need next? Recover, arguably, or we could just go brawny. Things I've got loads of guys with brawny, but we actually haven't run into a whole lot of brigand leaders. So he's gonna eventually have brawny and battle forged and flail and overwhelm. His job is gonna stand on the outside flank and just swing his flail in a big circle. He's gonna need recover anyway. Oh, but hang on. Okay, Colossus, obviously. So buff those hit points even further. We'll get him up to 80 to 100 hit points at least. There's a crossbow there. Looking who's got the lowest melee defense here. 24 is pretty low. Oh, we're rolling green skins happily. 290. Can't really make a big profit off of that. 230 on tools is not bad. I suppose we can just hire and fire apprentices, I suppose. Messengers don't have any kind of ranged skill, I don't think. Might get lucky. Okay, so 42 ranged skill. Range skill regular is 2 to 4, so call it plus 34. That gets him up to 76. I don't have any ranged guys yet, but is it even worth getting him? No. We just got to be patient. Like, I mean, I know it sucks if we don't have ranged guys, but it's a cultist start. This is unfortunately just the reality with cultists. We'll get there. It is a lesson though that if I were to start this again right from day one, any cultist I get, pretty much regardless of his star distribution, if he has even anywhere around 40 ranged skill, just start leveling him to be a crossbowman. Emon, one of your followers, enters your tent and then just as soon leaves. You stand to see where he's gone. Come to find a leather half helm sitting atop your table. Leather is stitched with hairs of unknown origin and pinched together by what looks like hooks and fingernails. The holes of the helm are a pitch black, and you get the sense that even if you fold them, the darkness would never depart. It is then, staring into these emptied sockets, you know something is staring back. Davkul awaits. 60 leather hood. Arguably, my dodgy guy should wear that. How much does it weigh? 3. Perfect. 3 fatigue, 12 fatigue, so only 40% now nimble. And it fits with our bannerman. Oh yeah, the hood looks badass. Can you pause for just a second on the after battle screen? Oh yeah, sure, sorry. I must try to get into the habit of naming an MVP after every fight as well. Just, you know, give the lads a shout out. They're performing well. What's in here? It's just zombies. I'll come and hit that when we are given a patrol mission. It's great, we found a bunch of places. $1,400. Oh, we're almost there. I was going to say paymaster next, but we've got to go blacksmith. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't need that. Selling for 98. So okay, that's about enough. 7, 8. Come on, cultist. Actually, I should probably pick up these leather shoulder guards. Doesn't add to the fatigue. I mean, might as well. Cheap little mini buff. $350, nice. Wait, what? Kill marauding. Oh, I thought it was deliver. Never mind. Ooh, hidden burial site. What's that? 15 orc young. Ooh, that looks like a lot of zombies. Want to fight that. Let's go fight the zombies, and then we will pull these orcs into some reinforcements. I could pull these orcs into the zombies, but I want the zombies for myself for the XP. I have actually seen unique two-handed flails, yeah. All of the weapons seem to drop at about the same rate. I haven't noticed, you know, any particular weapons more likely than others. I think the general rule of thumb is whatever weapon type you aren't using in your playthrough, that's the ones that's going to be dropping and available. I still think in all of the Battle Brothers we've played, the very best weapon we ever found was that legendary two-handed hammer. We had a two-handed hammer that did like 300 armor damage just with its normal smite. It was insane. Thoughts on the unrevealed map start? I love it. We started this campaign unrevealed. It just makes sense. You know, why would your campaign start with, you know, the MCL? I forget what it was called, but God, that hammer was insane. I remember you would hit a orc warrior with Battle Forged and do like 3/4 of its armor damage in a single shot. Just bam, just fucking annihilate the armor. So satisfying. Forward, men. Heal them. Flame, get up there. Right, so we'll fight this group, then there's that little hut to the west. Then we've got to move back to the main road just to get some soldiers to fight those orcs for us. 15 orc young, we can probably fight them ourselves. Someone's going to die though. Those orcs are glass cannons, they can do a lot of damage. None of these zombies are wearing any armor that I want. Well, I mean, the unexplored map isn't such a big issue. I mean, you know. Well, the thing is, I get that you like to roll for your map, and if I think of the map that I got on Season 23 with the damage ink, that's far and away the best map we ever had. The southern trade route in that map was nuts. There was that one big port city that would buy everything, and then like every single city near it made some sort of trade good. We got so rich. I don't know. I'm quite happy to accept the randomness of whatever seed I get. If you get a shitty map, it just adds to the story, you know. That being said, when you're busy grinding on a shitty map, you're not much reassured by the knowledge that it's adding to the story. So, if anybody wants to re-roll or take a particular map seed, fair play to them. Well, actually, it's funny, Jimbo. It wasn't really on my radar until I looked at a gameplay thing. Necromunda actually looks fucking amazing. It really does. But I get the feeling that it's going to release like almost all games these days with like a third of all the features in, and it's going to be a bit feature incomplete. So, like, it'll be okay at release, and then it'll only become a great game months or even years afterwards. Banner patch. I mean, Mountain Blade Bannerlord getting patched. Bannerlord is funny because like when Bannerlord 2 or when Bannerlord came out, I loved it. I played it quite a lot, but I played a bit the other day offline, and I just got irritated because it's got grindy elements like XCOM and like Battle Brothers, but there's something so dispiriting about spending hours getting an army together, and then you get in one battle that's that's evenly matched, but you just lose. And then your entire army gets wiped out, and you lose all your horses, and you lose everything, and you have to start again. It's like, ugh. Yeah, and the skill tree's not working. I didn't even know that it wasn't working. I played so many hours thinking that the skill trees worked. Yeah, that's true, they really should have specified. But I mean, they knew that they would get a lot of stick for that. If people knew that the skill trees weren't working. But honestly, I'm just glad it came out. I mean, remember the memes? You know, people literally not surviving long enough for Bannerlord getting released. The fact that it even released in our lifetime is something worth being grateful for. This is more of a fight. Oh yeah, Mordheim would be great. They just got to fix the random number generator. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because the RNG in that game is completely fucked. I've never rolled between 95 and 100 so much in a game in my life. Highborn, just grinding honestly. We're just in that phase, unfortunately. We're trying to take low risk missions. We're just trying to get levels on the lads. We're up to 10 cultists now. So 4 more to go at least. What's also nice is once we get 12 cultists, then let's say I get to my 12 cultists and I know specifically I want a ranged one, then I can keep my sacrifices in the company, but then we can hire and fire and search for someone who's got potential as a ranged guy. Then when you find a guy finally who's a decent ranged guy, you just get him a little higher level than the 4 sacrifices. Then when the sacrifice event happens and your ranged guy still hasn't been converted, you can fire your sacrifices. And then hopefully your guy who you want to convert, he must be the only non-cultist in your group. Because the problem with carrying, one of the problems with carrying those 4 sacrifices around, is then you've got 5 people that could be converted, whereas there's only 1 that you want to be converted. Actually, yeah, I would say Mazuma's our best bro. He's our tank guy. It's his destiny eventually one day to fight against the Black Monolith and to hold the northern flank. Van Thorn has decent attack, but his defense is terrible. Stobbie the First was a decent dagger lad, but he died. We've got a Stobbie the Second. I think he also has decent dagger, decent melee attack. All the rest are just goons. But I mean, these little goons are holding their own. I mean, for this stage of the game, when it's raider farming, they are ideal with their flail specialization. Yeah, James is doing alright. Oh yeah, Martin, you're our bannerman. You better not go anywhere, we need you. Nice, Arad. I don't know if it's human skin, but alright, if that's what you think it is, then fair enough. We're going to dagger that one down. He's got basic mail. We still need 1, 2, 3 sets of basic mail at least. Good stabbing. Ooh. Damn, I hit the helmet. So apologies if the zombie farming is a little dull to watch, but it's so important. This is such good XP. Ah. I love the idea of a guy with a big shield and like a little dagger, just going stab, stab, stab at a zombie. I think we all know a dagger is not the weapon you want when fighting the undead. Best weapon for fighting undead? Cricket bat. Shaun the Dead taught us. I've always said that I think of the undead as they sound like me when I'm hungover. All the my head, lying in front of the TV. What's up, Roy Bond? I need that at cream soda. That's something that us South Africans really appreciate. The green ambulance. When I was in the UK, I found out they have a drink called cream soda as well, but it's disgusting. Doesn't taste anything like the green stuff we have in SA. Good stabbing. Wolfgang. Good. One more little zombie. Good lads. So, who did the most damage? 458. 5 kills for Stobbie. I mean, this is going to sound a little... what's the word? Self-serving, but MVP Stobbie, without question. Look at that. 5 kills, 450 damage. Hell yeah. Hell yes. Level ups. I'm on the goon. 61 at level 5. That is dreadful. I think I'm gonna go for backstabber actually. I need to give these goons need to have anything they can to make them more accurate. Maybe rotation, but I think backstabber in the short term. Increase that hit chance. Well, conductive, I mean, so 30 to 40, that's a baseline. I mean, in our little offline experimentation campaign, we got our hands on a legendary dagger that did up to 50 hit points, straight through armor. Bam, bam, bam. Devastating. It was so good. Why are you wearing a male coif? I've got to say, I really actually I do quite like dagger guys. It's 20, he's wearing too much. I need to get that down a little lower. Well, fine, whatever. -8 fatigue, -7 fatigue. Wait a second, I've got a heater I haven't equipped. Come on, little orc bros. If I didn't have so much damaged equipment, we could maybe fight them in the trees. But we have loads of damaged lads. Okay, take these to the road. Get some soldiers to do this for us. Oh, there we go. Looks like there's soldiers heading east. It's not berserkers, it's just orc young. shouldn't underestimate the orc young. They can still be devastating. I mean, they're glass cannons. They can do a lot of damage. Oh, looks like soldiers are going this way. Up! First Windfester. Come on. Yes. We can take this battle off and still get paid for it. Right, okay. YouTube folks, let's take a little break. When we come back, we'll have the first Windfest company handle this job for us, and then we'll go back to our employers and be like, yeah, of the orcs killed, they'll know more. As far as like, did you kill them? The orcs aren't around anymore, that's what you paid us for, so... Betaal is Afrikaans for pay. See you guys tomorrow, next episode.